Assalamualaikum, and we are here from Group 4. Our project title is an Initial and Advanced Ergonomic Risk Assessment ERA at CARWASH Center. So for our group members, which consists of 5 members in total. So for the first one is Nur Shafina, the second one is Nur Ilya Shamila, the third one is Muhammad Yazid, and myself is Nur Husnina Diana, and the last one is Nur Izzati. My name is Nur Husnina Diana, and I'll be explaining and also presenting about an introduction of our group project report. So, ergonomic risk assessment is to reduce musculoskeletal disorders and reduce any work-related illnesses. This study also emphasizes the importance of prioritizing to the identified risks and implementing any improvisation to reduce any hazards that occur. It also provides an extensive understanding of the assessment process, which is we can identify, it is to minimize, and also to control ergonomic hazards within the working area. Next is about a problem statement. In our group project, we can identify 3 problem statements, such as for the first one is, one of the biggest risks of car washing is the awkward postures that it requires reaching, bending, and twisting to clean all the dirt of our cars, and it can put a lot of strain on our muscles and tendons. Over time, this strain can lead to pain, inflammation, and even injuries such as like tendinitis and bursitis. The second problem statement that we can identify is repetitive motions. Car washing also involves a lot of repetitive motions such as scrubbing, wiping, and rinsing. These motions can fatigue our hand, wrist, and forearms and may even lead to carpal tunnel syndrome. For the third one, we have lifting and pushing. In addition to the awkward postures and repetitive motions, car washing also often involves lifting heavy buckets, hoses, and car wash products. This can put a lot of strain on our backs and legs and may lead to injuries such as disc herniation or any pull muscles. For the pushing and pulling equipment, is such as like vacuum cleaners and floor jacks can also strain our muscles and lead to injuries. Moving on to our research scope for our project, it involves 25 employees from several car wash centers in Taman University, Paripraja. And the second one, it focused on manual handling, such as like pushing and also pulling. The third one is to utilizing CMDQ, ruler, ray-bar, art techniques to evaluate the risk factor in these operations. So for the fourth one is to focusing on 5 different tasks in the car wash activities.
My name is Nur Izzati binti Sulkarnain with matrix number DD200070, and I will explain to you about the literature review first, and we will talk about the definition of ergonomic. So ergonomic aims to optimize the human-tool interaction by designing systems and workspace to enhance the comfort, productivity, and efficiency while minimizing the health risks. Next, I will talk about the musculoskeletal disorder, MSD. This disorder come from our uncomfortable posture, severe exertion, repetitive motion, and prolonged exposure to ergonomic risk factor at work that can contribute to various health conditions. So, next is ergonomic assessment. So, ergonomic assessment are crucial tools for enhancing both productivity and well-being in the workplace by identifying and mitigating the potential risks associated with various tasks, thereby fostering a safer and healthier work environment. Next is the impact of awkward posture on muscles and tendons. So sustaining awkward posture, including twisting, bending, reaching, or working with hands elevated, puts strain on the spine, induce muscle fatigue, and diminish muscle efficiency. So next is the fatigue from repetitive motion. Engaging in repetitive motion can induce muscle fatigue, resulting in a reduction of the muscle's capacity to generate force and prompting a shift in coordination strategy to achieve consistent task outcomes while fatigued. And lastly is the strain from lifting, pushing, and pulling tasks. So the physical rate strain arising from the task involving the lifting, pushing, and pulling can result in musculoskeletal injuries and disorder.
Proceed to the methodology for this project. To complete this assessment, we first identify the task and work process at the CARWASH Center. Then we gather information using the CMQ, which is Cornell Musculoskeletal Questionnaire, which help gather information about the anatomy of the body that is usually affected while doing the work. This allows us to identify potential ergonomic hazard from the work process that have been recorded and interviewed. Next, we proceed with the initial era checklist. If the number exceeds the minimum requirement of the initial era, we then proceed with the advanced era. So that tool that can be used including ruler, REBA, RAPP, MEC and ART. Finally, we may suggest some improvement that can be implemented to minimize the risk of musculoskeletal issue. In the data analysis, we will first examine the data related to the task of washing carpet. I have attached the video that I used to evaluate this task. The CMQ summary table indicate that among these 5 workers, they commonly experience pain and discomfort in their neck, shoulder, upper, lower back, lower leg, and foot. This suggests that this will require the use of many body parts. Next, based on the initial era summary table, we can identify 5 risk factors that required advanced era. These risk factors include awkward posture, static sustained work posture, repetitive motion, vibration, and noise. So we are utilizing the REBA and ART tools to conduct advanced era. REBA is suitable for assessing risk factors such as awkward posture and static and sustained work posture, while ART is appropriate for evaluating repetitive motion. The REBA table shows a score of 11, indicating that the task of washing carpet poses a very high risk and require implementation of changes. On the other hand, the ART table displays a score of 9, suggesting low exposure to repetitive work, which can be controlled by individual circumstances. Next, for the improvement, we should treat the risk factor in order to minimize and reduce the musculoskeletal issue that experienced by workers. Hence, for first risk factor, which is awkward posture, we suggest to modify inclined workstation to the stable and flat workstation so that the workers no need to do unnecessary bending in order to wash carpet. Then we also suggest to do a job rotation or make a task variation. Also, they could take a regular break. This suggestion is to prevent workers from getting fatigue from do static and sustained work posture and also repetitive motion. And last but not least, workers are recommended to wear glove and earplug to eliminate the risk of vibration that comes from the high pressure water hose and also noises that come from vacuum and any other equipment machine.
We have the CMQ table. It consists of 5 employees. We have A, B, C, D, and E. It has been noted that a significant number of employees report feeling pain and discomfort in different body parts. The most often cited parts from the body parts is the neck, shoulder, upper back, upper arm, lower back, lower leg, foot, and knee. Next is the results of initial era for washing tires. We have awkward postures. We have the total score is 11. Static and sustained work posture, we have 1. And repetitive motions, we have 3. And the last one, noise, is we have 1. Therefore, it is recommended to expedite the error process, which with the use of specialized methods such as REBA, which is a rapid entire body assessment, which is associated with analyzing extended and awkward postures. The last one is the result of advanced era for washing tire tasks, which is I'm using the REBA method. It is stated that the scoring result the task is 10. It indicates that the REBA score of 8 to 10 indicates a high risk of MCDs. It often involves frequent awkward postures, significant forces, or highly repetitive tasks. Next is about the improvements of washing tire tasks. What can I say is that this task indicates a high risk of potential issues with the final REBA score is 10. So to improve ergonomics in this task is by investing in adjustable equipment. For example, investing in a tire machine. This equipment might help to exclude challenging postures from the ergonomic desolate by performing off with the necessity for bending, kneeling, and also heavy lifting. Next is to use pressurized water guns to minimize the need for scrubbing and reduce hand and wrist strength. Implement ergonomic tools such as like long-handled brushes or sponge can reduce reaching and awkward postures and allow workers to switch between tire washing and other tasks within to break up the repetitive motions. By implementing these suggestions, my opinion is that it can significantly reduce the risk of MCDs, improve worker comfort and productivity.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Yazid. So today I will explain about the data analysis for the washing car body. So from the Cornell Musculoskeletal Questionnaire, the results shown that the washing car body workers frequently experience pain and discomfort in various parts of their bodies. The most affected areas include neck, shoulder, upper back, upper arm, lower back, forearm, wrist, thigh, knee, lower leg, and foot. Most of the workers describe that the pain not too serious and not significantly affect their work performance. Most of the workers experience their pain once or twice a week. So for the initial ergonomic risk assessment, which is ERA, uh, the results shown that the process of washing the car body has pinpointed three risk factors that warrant further investigation. These risks include awkward posture, repetitive motion, and noise that are maintained for long periods. To address this concern more effectively, it advised to accelerate the era by employing specialized assessment techniques such as the rapid entire body assessment, which is a REBA, and the assessment of repetitive tasks, which is the ART. REBA is particularly adept at evaluating risk associated with extended and awkward posture, while ART is a tool designed to help assess repetitive tasks involving the upper limbs. So for the REBA result, uh, the result is more than 11, which is a result is 13, I'm sorry, which is a more than 11. It's a very high risk for musculoskeletal disorder and need to implement a change. Often due to frequent awkward postures, consequential forces, or high repetitive tasks. This score reflect a significant economic risk in the evaluate work, necessitating immediate attention and action to implement improvement that effectively address economic concern and reduce the potential for musculoskeletal issue. So for the art, the result is 11 for both hand, which is the score for the task score is 22 and 22. For the duration multiplier is 0.5, and the result exposure score 11. Low score fall between 0 to 11, result with 11 for the exposure score on the ART assessment means that there is a little to no exposure to repetitive motion related to car wash job. This indicates that there is a slight danger of repetitive movement associated with this task when compared to higher art scale score. So from the result, we need to do the improvement to a task which is the washing car body. So first improvement is to make a comfort layout for the car wash workstation, which is need to arrange the workstation in a way that minimize the need to bending, reaching, or twisting. For example, supplies and tools should be within easy reach, and the car should be positioned at a height that allows the workers to wash it comfortably without bending or stretching. So next, the next improvement is to use a proper technique. So using a proper technique such as using a mop in It can help reduce strain on the back and arms. Similarly, washing the car with horizontal movement rather than circular ones can help prevent sore mouths and reduce the need for repetitive washing. And lastly, is to train proper body posture. This can include how to lift and carry heavy equipment safely, how to maintain a natural posture while working, and how to use the tool and equipment in a way that minimizes strain on the body.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will doing a presentation on data analysis for raised car body. For the CMQ, the result for musculoskeletal assessment for any pain or discomfort. For Alif, the pain is at neck, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, and thigh and knee. As for Lukman, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, thigh, and knee. As for Kal, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, thigh, and knee. As for Rahman, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, thigh, and knee. And lastly for Samsul, shoulder, upper arm, forearm, wrist, thigh, and knee. As a result for Riba, the table C score is 9, the activity score is 1, so the final Riba score is 10. As for Art, for the left arm, the task score is 20, the duration multiplier is 0.5, so the exposure score is 10. As for right arm, 20 for task score, 0.5 for duration multiplier, so the exposure score is 10. Finally, for the initial area, for the awkward posture, total of score 13, the result of initial area is 8/13. For the static and sustain walk posture, 1/3. Forceful acceleration is 0. Repetitive motion is 3/5. Vibration is 1/4. Lighting is 0. Temperature is 0. Vacillation is 0. And for noise is 1. For improvement for raise a car body is invest in ergonomic equipment. Collaborate with engineering and procurement teams to invest in ergonomic tools and equipment designed to reduce physical strain during car racing tasks. Next is use ergonomic tools. Select ergonomic tools designed to reduce strain and improve comfort during the racing process. These tools can include adjustable nozzle or lightweight hoses.
Next, we can discuss about the data analysis for vacuuming a car. So from the table above is the result of the CMQ. The workers commonly report issue in the shoulder, upper arm, lower back, wrist, knee, forearm, and lower leg, with the lower back being the most frequently cited area. The next table is the result of the initial era. So we can see that the initial scoring for awkward posture surpasses the minimum threshold necessitating for the advanced economic risk assessment era. So it is advisable to proceed with the advanced era using rapid entire body assessment REBA. The initial scoring of repetitive motion also exceed the minimum requirement for advanced economic risk assessment era. So therefore, the assessment of repetitive tasks art method can be utilized for this advanced era. From the result of the advanced era using REBA, we can see that the worker score is 12. So the REBA score exceeding 11 signals a very high economy risk associated with the assessed task, urging the immediate attention and intervention to implement the changes that effectively address the economic concerns and minimize the potential musculoskeletal problems. From the result of advanced era for using the art, so we can see the score of the left and the right arm, 17 for the left arm and 20 for the right arm. So this is a score ranging from 12 to 21 signifies the necessity for additional investigation. So this signals potential issue or risk related to workers' arm, emphasizing the importance of a more detailed assessment or examination to address underlying concern and ensure the well-being of the workforce. Next, we will discuss about the improvement for vacuuming the car. First and foremost, we will introduce the ergonomic practice, including the provision of lightweight and adaptable vacuum cleaner. Next, the regular training on the correct techniques and posture, also the incorporation of job rotation to prevent strain on specific muscle group. The third, creating a work environment that promotes the overall well-being, through a scheduled breaks, adjustable workstation, and also the supportive team atmosphere. And lastly, ensuring the regular health checkup and also supplying the appropriate footwear and exploring the automation technology.
In summary, the identified problem statement pertaining to car washing tasks along with the established objective and research scope create a focused framework for addressing economic challenges within the car wash center. The comprehensive use of assessment tools such as CMDQ, RULA, REBA, and ART enhanced to study examination of economic risk factors in specific car wash activities. Proactive economic risk assessment stands out as a crucial strategy for mitigating musculoskeletal disorder (MSD) and other work-related illness stemming from both physical and psychological workplace factors. This study emphasized the importance of promptly addressing and mitigating identified hazards to create a safer and healthier work environment. Continuous assessment and monitoring are highlighted as essential for evaluating intervention effectiveness. Organizations that integrate economic risk factor evaluation into their practice contribute to fostering a culture prioritizing safety and well-being in the workplace. Thank you.